to hear his side of the story.
So she climbing me inside, just cause heavy on the brain. She keeps playing silly games, and I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. We give some advice, so we can see the light. See the light. We know from our research that such empathic understanding with a person, not about him, is such an effective approach that it can bring about major changes in personality. Some of you may be feeling that you listen well to people and that you have never seen such results. The chances are very great indeed that your listening has not been of the type I have described. Fortunately, I can suggest a little laboratory experiment which you can try to test the quality of your understanding. Okay, so this is lovely, because you don't often actually get a technique from a therapist that actually works. You get sort of vague techniques, like help the person lay the cards out on the table. It's kind of at a high level of abstraction. But this exercise you can actually do, and you can do it a lot. And if you do it, it will teach you to listen. So, the next time you get into an argument with your wife or your friends, or with a small group of friends, stop the discussion for a moment and for an experiment institute this rule. Well, you also don't have to be that formal about it. You can just do it once you know the team. Each person can speak up for himself only after he has first restated the ideas and feelings of the previous speaker accurately and to that speaker's satisfaction. Now that's so cool, because here's the typical argument. So we're arguing, I want to win, and so you tell me a bunch of things, and so then I take those things and I turn them into the stupidest possible representation of those things. I weaken your argument and make you look like a fool, and then I destroy it. And that's by that you're making your opponent into a straw man. That's the straw man argument, right? You take what they're telling you and you caricature it, and that way you can make them look absurd and make them be ashamed, and then, of course, you've set up this skinny little opponent that you can just demolish with one punch. It's really crooked, and it shows that you're a coward, because what it means is you have to have an opponent that's, crippled and thin and starving and inarticulate before you could possibly win, before you could possibly progress. It's a pathetic way of having an argument. What you should do is listen to the person and help them make their argument as strong as you possibly can, and then deal with that, because then you're sure that you're taking them seriously. So, and to that speaker's satisfaction. Well, that's so cool. So we're having an argument. Well, I don't know. Maybe we have an argument about who's going to be responsible for grocery shopping, or for doing the dishes, or for cooking, or any of those domestic things that continually cause couples to be at each other's throat. It's like, so you'll have some arguments about why you should do whatever it is that you're going to do. And in order for the argument to progress, I have to tell you back what you said. And you have to agree that I put it properly. Well, that's so annoying. Like, it just runs so contrary to what you want to do. Because, of course, you want to make the other person sound stupid so you can beat them. This way.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason. Middle of the week, Wednesday fire coming your way. Jordan Peterson. My goodness. So we're really in competition, even when we're conversing, right? We don't really want to hear what our partner has to say. We're waiting for them to finish, so we can make their argument look stupid. And most people listen fragmentally. Most people listen in fragments. A lot of times people are listening to hear the insult. They're not listening for comprehension or understanding. They're listening. Okay, this sounds like they're getting close to the end of what they had to say. And everything that they could flip into an insult, they're slight collecting while that's going. And just so they can shut you down. I loved his straw man example. You turn their point of view into a caricature, something weak and silly, something that you can dismiss. This is just one of the ways we compete in relationship. Tonight's topic: is your spouse or significant other your biggest cheerleader or biggest hater? Bet 100, shoot 100. They always gambling on your downfall. They putting bets that you gonna lose so they can feel better about themselves. Does this actually happen in relationship? A deeper look at the pros and cons of competition in relationship. How do I stop competing with my significant other? True or false? A little competition in every relationship works like an anchor that holds the partners together. True or false? Competition creeps into relationship due to envy and insecurities. When you feel insecure about your partner's success, you get jealous, and then you start competing to satisfy your ego. Have you ever dated someone who was envious of your light, envious of your presence, envious of your spirit, envious of your wallet, envious of your education, envious of your ambition? And here's a big one. Have you ever dated somebody that was envious of your purpose? They ain't found one. So how did you find yours? Envious of your purpose. Huh? You know you dating somebody that's somewhat envious of you if they don't celebrate your wins. Somebody who loves you celebrates your wins. I told you, that word love has been bastardized. That word love is probably one of the most disrespected words, along with God, in the English language. All right, listen to that again. True or false? Competition creeps into your relationship due to envy and insecurities. When you feel insecure about your partner's success, you get jealous and start competing to satisfy your ego. I want callers to call in and answer that question. Is that a true or false question? Some people might disagree. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. As a child, did you compete with your siblings? Do you come from a competitive background, whether it be your siblings or whether it be organized sports? Do you take the spirit of competition into your relationships? And what is the effect of that? Oof. Is competition healthy for relationships? Some would argue yes, in small doses, uh, in a playful sense, right? And we did a show a couple of weeks ago about play. So competitive playing might be fun, but if you're doing it to demean or demoralize your partner, this is when it crosses over into toxicity. Why is my spouse or my significant other always competing with me? Right? How is competition in relationship related to keeping score? Oh, we've got so much to talk about. When I come forward, I'm opening up the phone lines. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. Look, don't forget to visit the KBLA.store and pick up the hoodie that I'm wearing right now. Black owned and operated. I'm reading it backwards because that's how I see it in my camera. Black owned and operated. KBLA.store also houses all of Zoe Williams' books. Why don't you go there, support your brother Zoe Williams? We've been putting in over a year of fire on KBLA. Do me a favor and help me pay my mortgage this month. When we come forward, Zoe Williams has a lot to talk about. Yeah.
You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With CalHope's free and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need.
What up, what up, what up, what up, y'all? Hit the like button, man. Too many people in here. Hit the like button. Can I get people to hit the like button? Every show, every day, asking people to hit the like button. All the haters and goofies, get out. If you're not a part of this kind of conversation, get out. Get out. Get out of here. All the looky-loos and get up out of here. Y'all can watch the replay. The live is for the members and people who really support the channel. What up, what up, what up, what up? Hit that like button. What's happening? Tunes 1521. What's happening? Where are my callers? I need 2 callers right now. Who's calling in? What up, y'all? Peace to the chat room. ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Hey, this is how you fight a day's worth of mouth and breath. This right here, boy, what it do? I need some callers. Who's calling in tonight?
Live in a minute.
Live in 1 minute. I need some callers. Where my callers? Get to your lines. Tens of millions of dollars to South LA schools and forcing officials to make AP classes available to students in under-resourced institutions. SCES scholars have taken part in the March on Washington, been published in major news outlets, and been elected to city council. Long before she was mayor, Karen Bass started the program when she founded the Community Coalition. To donate, volunteer, or enroll a student in South Central Youth Empowered Through Action, please visit COCSouthLA.com. There we go. Yeah. You supposed to love me. Why are you competing with me? Family Feud. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Voice of Reason. Zoe Williams is in the building. Do you have a partner that's envious of you? A significant other that's envious of you? How do you deal with that person? You know? I'm interested to know. How do you deal with an envious spouse or significant other? Is not envy the polar opposite? I'm talking about in the context of relationships, in the context of relating. Is not envy of your partner, is that not the polar opposite of teamwork? And isn't a relationship a team? But it's very interesting. Why is teamwork important in relationships? I want to know. True or false, competition in marriage/relationships can cause you to feel as though you're not enough, not smart enough, not skilled enough, not attractive enough. Is that true? Somebody who has experienced this is listening right now. What are some of the ways to effectively deal with a competitive spouse? Do you break up? Do you leave? Do you bounce like bad checks? Or do you try to talk it out? Maybe they come from a family that don't talk. That could be problematic too, Ones who avoid, serious conversations. Gosh. Is your spouse or significant other envious of your God-given talents, skills, and abilities? I've seen it before. 1-800-920-1580. Phone lines are cooking. We'd like to talk to folk all over the country. We welcome the folks from Los Angeles if they would like to call, but they looky-loos out here. My own people. Los Angeles, get in here. 1-800-920-1580. Cali, Soul, Denver, Colorado. Let's talk.
Hey, Flo.
Hey, Cali.
I'm so glad you're covering this topic tonight. I noticed a few years ago, because I kept wondering, why so many brothers would be inclined to mess with women outside of the culture. And I really just started paying attention to those women that were in those relationships with brothers. And I noticed that these women knew how to be these men's cheerleaders. They knew how to lift them up, encourage them. And I know that for us culturally,
Wait. Hold on, Kelly. So, because that is way too deep. We got to unpack that piece. You cannot just float that one through. Are you saying that men who date, many men, not all men, but many men, brothers who date outside their race, they're dating for the purpose of getting a cheerleader, and somehow sisters in America have lost their pom-poms for brothers? Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Wow.
And you know me, I'm a little Scooby-Doo detective, so I started watching how they engage with one another in their race, in their relationships. And I'm like, they still, no matter how ugly it gets, they're those men's cheerleaders. They're in the background. But what's that old saying? Behind every good man is a strong woman. And that's the type of strength that they need. So when, fast forward, taking that same conversation in my discoveries to my sisters, and I have plenty of tribal sister circles, and I would say 90%, 90% of the feedback is, I ain't got time to be being your mother. People look at it like it's a weakness that the opposite sex has, that they need encouragement. But that's what a partnership is. That's what a team is. On basketball teams and football teams and stuff, if somebody makes a mistake, you don't see too many teammates jump on their teammate. It's like, yo, man, you're good. You got this. Next time, next shot, or whatever. So, like, in our relationships, if it's a team, then we got to learn how to lift each other up. And I've been in a relationship with someone that was jealous of my natural given talents because we both were in the same industry, both in the music industry, you know. So as he's seen me getting a little bit more shine or a little bit of notoriety, he didn't try to knock me down or anything, but he had no encouraging words for me, and I could tell he would kind of beat down on himself because he felt like he should be in my shoes because he was the one putting in major work, and for me, I was just kind of like a background singer, but you know, being noticed a little bit more. So that was very interesting.
This
But
is
again,
this is heavy. Ooh, this is so heavy. My mind is over here racing again.
yeah, baby,
Ooh,
for real.
this
And as
what?
black people, like if we want to get back together, we got to learn how to. We've got to be each other's teammates, truly and genuinely. Like you got to see where somebody needs to be lifted up and encouraged. Like just because you fall down don't mean like you got to stay down. Like okay, baby, dust your knees off. What we need? We need some salve or something. You know, we need a bandage. Let's go. How can we attack this differently? How can we make this better together?
So the competitive piece is big, right? Because you know the modern sister is more educated than the brothers, more educated, and now she's becoming really, really moneyed because of that education, right? So now the question becomes, what are we competing against? Is she going to throw it in your face that you're not as educated? Or is she going to encourage you to reach her level? Is she going to encourage you to get your bag up? Or is she going to say, holla back at me once these things are done? Like does she do the Prince? You know what Prince did to Nas? Nas said, hey, brother, let's do a record together. And Prince said, well, do you own your masters? And Prince said, well, no, I don't own, or Nas said, no, I don't own my masters. And then he said, well, holla back at me once you get your masters. So my question is, are sisters flipping it that way?
Absolutely. But I default to Uncle Jeff on this one. I think he said it a few years ago on one of y'all's other shows. He said, we got to learn how to become double agents.
Ooh.
Like, yeah, I got my foot in the door, or I'm all the way up in this piece. And I'm going to figure out how to bring you in too.
That's a team right there.
That's a team. I'm going to make sure we both eat so that so the family can eat, and then the community can eat, and we're good. We got healing.
Right.
When we move in that way, right?
So I know a lot of men out here, Callie, are cheering on my Prince analogy. But what if you look at the Prince analogy from the other side and then apply it to sisters? Instead of it being competitive and she's making you look smaller because you're not on her level socially, in terms of academia, or corporate America, maybe she's helping you because many people saw Prince as helping and mentoring Nas when he says, go get your masters and then we can do a record together. He was basically saying, go get free because right now you're still a slave. And I can't do records with slaves because then some of my intellectual property might get wrapped up into your slavery. So can you go get free and then we can go do a record together? Maybe sisters are approaching it from that perspective as well. Your thoughts?
I think some people are. I think there are those out there like that. That situation with Nas and Prince, I feel like that was a conversation between two black men that needed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we do have to put on a little bit of tough love. Like, I can't be your yes person. If I see, like, there's an area where there's a deficit that you could step it up a little bit, then yeah. And you got to be willing, in a team, you got to be willing to listen. everything that your partner says isn't going to be roses and cute and love and all that stuff. Sometimes it's going to be like what we call it, a courageous conversation. Let's have a courageous conversation. Like, this is, this is the direction we want to go in, but we can't get there if I'm dragging you along. Like, I need you to walk with me.
Have you ever dated someone who loved and hated you? Meaning, they loved you for what they loved you for, but they hated you or envied you because of what you are. Have you ever dated somebody like that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm a very driven person, and I did my best to encourage that person, and they just never thought themselves worthy enough to be with me. And I wasn't throwing anything that I was doing up in their face, but you know what? Sometimes in our excitement for our accomplishments, if the other person isn't secure, they might take it as you smearing it in their face. So, I'm coming home happy or whatever, like, yo, look at this is what I did. This came through, we got stuff moving forward. And it's like, you could tell that they felt discouraged. So, absolutely. Yeah, and I
Callie, wait, Callie. Speaking of moving forward, I need you to hang tight with me. When we come forward, we're going back to Denver, Colorado, because Callie is giving us some powerful insights on dating a hater. Callie going in. Callie is going in.
It's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm from this fight. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Concerns about Black Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas's failure to disclose gifts and luxury travel he received from a
Respectfully, please don't shut me out. Please don't shout me out if you don't support the challenge. Oh shit, here come my brother Heru. Heru, man, I love you, brother, man. I appreciate you, man, but people do the best they can, brother. You know that. They do the best they can, brother. They do the best they can. And thank you, Heru. Heru, you got the super chat started, brother. I appreciate you, man. We're at $5. Thank you. Davies Worldly Ways. Much love, super chat. Honors to all the family mods and GGJC. Come on, y'all. I see y'all. JCS. Gourmet. Ghetto Gourmet JCS. Exactly. Hey, come on, Tiffany. We love it. Love Egypt 16. Jay Kofa. Always, man. Always love and support, brother. Thank you. Salute to the family. One love. We're at 36.97. We appreciate it. Oh, we still got a little bit of time. Let's keep it rolling. We still on commercial break. We still got a little bit of time. You know what it is. Twos and Fuse make it crack, y'all. Twos and Fuse make it pop, y'all. Twos and Fuse. Let's get active. Let's go. Who's on deck? And yes, please shout out everybody that has hit the Twos and Fuse. Please support them by acknowledging you appreciate their sacrifice as well. You should call in House of Vibes and share your insight. We would love to know what y'all talked about. Please raise us up. Somebody put the number in so House of Vibes can call. Everybody invite House of Vibes to call in. He said, me and my girl Was literally just talking about this today. Come on, House of Vibes, call in.
Michelle Obama, When We All Vote brings together individuals, institutions, brands, and organizations to register new voters across the country and advance civic education for the
I'm excited.
family and voters of every age to build and inform and engage electorate for today and generations to come. When We All Vote empowers their supporters and volunteers to take action through voting, advocating for their rights, and holding their elected officials accountable. Please visit whenweallvote.org to stand
I want to get rid of this emoji thingy at the bottom of my device.
call to action from KBLA.
Hey, don't stop, yo. Don't stop, you guys. Please keep supporting the show. We're 33 minutes in. We'll be back at 7:36. Please, let's take this time to support the channel. Let's keep it rolling. I guess niceness is, well, being nice, yeah, a lot of motherfuckers take the nice shit to be some soft shit. I guess Heru Ali was right. Heru was like, don't fuck with me if you not super chat. All mods are in a leadership position. Uh, uh, let's lead respectfully. But maybe not all mods have it to give, brother. Heru is like, shut up, Zo. Let me handle. He's the minister of the treasury. Fucking Heru Ali. I love Heru, man.
Why settle for the same old product when you can get something completely different? Something that takes male enhancement into the 21st century. Something that
Male enhancement, huh?
you need to try Noxitril.
Ain't none of that shit better than He Is Risen.
Unlock your performance in the bedroom.
Ain't none of that shit better than He Is Risen, I promise you.
Viagra on steroids. Noxitril is so powerful, that's why it took years for it to finally become available to the public without a prescription. So call now and take advantage of our special Noxitril free bottle offer today. Oh yeah, we recommend it.
Value for value.
Think of your partner. We certainly don't want you to overperform.
I like that. I like that.
Call 800-490-7856. That's 800-490-7856. 3 bottles for a limited time, so call now. 800-490-7856. 800-490-7856. Live in 20 seconds.
Live in 20 seconds. Keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. Ladies and gentlemen, can you imagine your spouse, husband or wife, sitting in the audience while you getting your award and this song is playing? And they sitting there with the screw face like Anthony Davis. Wait, let it just play for just a few seconds. Anthony Davis, they got the screw face like, he wasn't even playing that hard. Big man sitting in the audience like, I got more John Blaze than he do. He ain't even that good. Yeah, she got a good job, but she ain't as smart as she thinks she is. I mean, she good at computers. I ain't even gonna front. She good at computers, marketing and stuff. She got that, but she ain't got common sense. Just watch, watch. When computers die, you gonna see the real her. When computers don't work no more. Ladies and gentlemen, is your spouse or significant other your biggest cheerleader or your biggest hater? Has competition run rampant in your relationships? Agree or disagree? Being too competitive leads to resentment in relationships. With competition, partners view each other as rivals. Often, competition is a quest to see who can develop more success or power within their careers. And you know, relationships have an inherent power dynamic. So if I got more money, I got more education, I have more relationships, I have more resources, that means you are my relational underling. Do what I say. 1-800-920-1580. Agree or disagree? Get to your phone lines. I need to talk to you. Cali Soul, get back in here and rap it. Cali, are you there? Cali? Cali? Okay, all right. You back. So did you hear my setup again of the show? Did you hear it? And what are your thoughts? Mm-hmm.
They eat. That's how they get so big, because they're actually competing against one another. And they taught us that same thing in slavery. And today we're on modern day plantation. So in general, like, our relationship with one another is very competitive. It goes across the board, where women against men, where, men to men, women to women. It's
like Willie Lynch, right?
Absolutely. There you go, right there.
Mm.
So yeah, we got a whole lot that we still healing within the community, but we have to become aware of it, and then as you become aware of it, you have to want to change it, and then as you want to change it, you apply the ideas for change.
So what does teamwork?
Deal with it as it comes up.
So what does teamwork look like? I mean, real teamwork, like 10 toes down, both feet in the circle, 10 toes down. What does that look like for black men and women? Real teamwork, honest teamwork, loving teamwork, empathetic teamwork. What does it look like?
You just outlined it. Honesty, empathy, willingness, transparency. Like, we got to be willing to apply all of those things. And we can't be so quick to give up. Like, just because you see a flaw in your partner doesn't mean you got to throw them away. It's like, you can bring it to their attention lovingly.
Can I
invite them to make the adjustment?
Kelly, can I offer you this, though? The human condition, and I'm going to put it in a true or false, but the way humans are wired, as long as a piece of resentment exists, somebody is getting ready to throw somebody else away. Is that a true or false? Agree or disagree?
I agree.
That's what I'm saying. And I understand what you're saying when you say we got to stop throwing people away. We know people are works in progress. We know people are flawed, but many people hang on that. And a lot of times their breakup is rooted in revenge, is rooted in one-upmanship. That's competition too. It's not about, oh, I'm just going to go on about my business and live my life and be happy and be cool. Oftentimes, it's about, I'm going to show you that I could do better. I'm going to show you that I deserve better. That's competition too, correct?
That's absolutely competition. And I would say they have to also practice humbleness. And like you said, you got to look at them as like a reflection. So whatever you're seeing in them, you wouldn't be able to see it if it didn't first exist in you. So you can work on your relationship by working on yourself.
Love it. Cali Soul, eat your dinner. You have earned it because you cooked it. Denver, Colorado is in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. We on fire tonight. We are absolutely cooking. Is your spouse a silent hater of your success? Oh my God. Are they? This is going to hurt. I know. Are they accomplishment watching? Always watching your accomplishments with scrutiny. Many of us experience this from our parents as well. You got parents who live vicariously through their kids, but you also have parents who try to block their kids from fully blossoming because they don't want them to surpass them. That's a competitive, toxic spirit, too. Oh man, it's on fire right now. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your lines. I want to talk to you. Reggie, Austin, Texas. Get in here.
What's up, man?
What's happening, brother?
I love the topic. Yeah, it's really, really good, man. What you're describing is an enemy.
Ooh.
And the sooner we identify an enemy, the better off we'll be. I've noticed that the difference between jealousy and envy, it's like if you're jealous, it's the difference between what you said and what they heard. They always hear something different than what you said. And because they're not trying to hear what you're saying, they've already pictured the image in their head and they're acting out some preconceived thing. And that has nothing to do with you. And it's very little you can do about that. You didn't say a girlfriend, you said a spouse.
Ooh.
Like, a spouse. I mean, somebody that you took vows to God in front of. You know what I'm saying? That's deep, man. But if you find out that you have an enemy in your space, you have to ask yourself, how good are you being to yourself?
Okay, look, just hold high, because you're really starting to use some high level ingredients here with your meal prep. Listen, stay with me, Reggie. When I come forward, the man is in here cooking. When we come forward, more from Austin, Texas. Whoa, Reggie don't be bullshitting, man.
Chamber of Commerce is helping to expand broadband access. Maisha Cairo here with your K Black Minute News, brought to you by Lendistry. Story courtesy of CaliforniaBlackMedia.org. The California Black Chamber of Commerce is joining hands with California state government to help narrow its digital divide by helping push the state's Middle Mile Broadband Initiative through the Broadband Technology Small Business Initiative. It connects CBCC's statewide membership of 5,500 plus small African American business firms and non-Black entities to the benefits of broadband technology. 2020 Internet Access records that 15% of Black Californians had zero internet access. And another program known as the Affordable Connectivity Program makes qualifying households eligible for $30 a month toward internet service. Visit fcc.gov.
Man, Reggie don't be playing.
For more.
Oh shit.
Let's get back to business, Los Angeles County. The Economic Opportunity Program.
I'm tired of this turning it up, turning it down shit. I'm just tired. Jay Kofa, once again.
Food industry businesses such as restaurants and nonprofits in Los Angeles County.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Jay Kofa just took us to 5696. Everybody shout out. Shout out Jay Kofa, man.
The application process is fast and easy. Don't miss the opportunity to get back to business. This program is administered by the County of Los Angeles through its Department of Economic Opportunity and funded in part through a grant from the California Office of the Small Business Advocate. The application portal is powered by Lendistry. Visit www.grants.lacounty.gov and get back to business. Jai personally lost. As a 14-year-old child, as
60 seconds. Hey, what do y'all think about tonight's topic? Is it resonating? Is tonight's topic resonating? Is tonight's topic resonating? Is it resonating? Put up whatever emoji you want. Let us know. Put up whatever emoji you want. Let us know if tonight's topic is resonating. Listen, man, if I die tonight, which is possible, if I die tonight, you guys do have a repository of shows and videos, right? You got a repository of this shit, man. Y'all can always go back and listen. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason back in the building. Can you imagine after a Uno game, the family Uno game, after Thanksgiving, and mama win the Uno hand and turn this on and just start putting it in everybody's face? Sometimes that's fun. Sometimes that those are the memories that permeate our minds about how wonderful our childhood was. But you have some family members who will take offense to losing an Uno game. Can you imagine, say, someone like Michael Jordan, who's competitive in everything? You would have to think that some of that competition, that competitiveness, spilled over into his relationships. Now, I don't know him personally, so this is all just anecdotal. But that's just something to think about. Like, competitive people, are they hardwired to compete against their significant other, their loved ones? 1-800-920-1580. We got callers from all over the country. Let's get them in here to talk. Who's been on the line the longest? Of course, it's my brother Reggie, because he was still in the midst of hot fire. Reggie, get back in here, man, and continue that profound. You know how you do that. The profundity was just killing, man. Please continue your sermon, good brother.
I think the example that you gave as far as Michael Jordan and the Uno game,
Yeah.
man, who you are anywhere is who you are everywhere.
Holographic.
And
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. And I mean, now whether I see it the same, that's on me. But you are who you are forever, in any condition, any circumstance. So an enemy is an enemy whenever, and there's a difference between being an enemy and being competitive. You know, man, I've found out that whenever I have an enemy in my space, I haven't been as good to myself as I need to be. Because the people that you surround yourself with radiate the energy that you're giving out. And so, I mean, like, I guess, okay, relationships are mirrors. That just makes a lot of sense. Like, the energy you're giving out comes back to you.
Right.
And it comes back to you in the form of the people that you hang with. And so you have to, I mean, of course, rid yourself of the enemy, but you have to love on yourself.
Right.
And say, okay, you know,
what am I putting into myself, into my spirit, and what am I cultivating? Because that's what I'm radiating.
Wow.
And I got to do the best for me to get the best to come to me. And that's just what I've found, you know. And so I think experience is a great teacher, and it's taught me that people are who they are. You can't make them be who you want them to be.
Right.
They just are who they are, and either you accept them or you don't. And it's not like they're bad people; they just are who they are. And as far as like the competition, like when people lose weight and change their hair and do all this and that, they're saying I'm doing this after you. It's still competition. I mean, like it's like your hair was the same way for like 10 years you was with me, and now that you're gone, you're changing everything.
Right.
I mean, I'm not trying to be narcissistic or whatever, man, but dude, you haven't changed your hair in like 10 years, and now you break up with me and you changing your hair and all this and that. Just it's the competition still goes, even though I'm not there. The competition is there.
Wow.
That's tough, man. That's tough to deal with.
So listen, before we came forward, you were talking about listening. And my question is, like, can a person who is, just uber competitive, can they really hear when it's outside of, what it is that they want, that they desire, that they're pursuing? Right? Can they really hear? Can they really hear somebody that is not on track with, their competitive nature? Can they hear that?
Hear it? No. Listen, yeah.
So they'll
No.
they'll listen, but they don't hear nothing.
They hear you.
Oh wow.
Like they listen to you. It goes to their hair filter, and they hear what they want to hear. And that's some serious stuff, man.
Wow. Reggie, Austin, Texas, yet again comes in with the fire, man. We appreciate you. You already know that seat at the table. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you gotta do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. We're in here cooking tonight. Is your spouse or significant other your biggest cheerleader or your biggest hater? Sometimes you discover the hater in your life, in your inner circle. Sometimes you discover the hater in your life, in your family. Oof. The places you thought were supposed to be a bastion of love, empathy, and support, in many cases, is where the hate lives. It's where the envy lives. 1-800-920-1580. Call me, call me, call me. Who's been on the longest? Sean, Oakland, California. Get in here.
Hey, brother. Well, number one, competition, right? This is something that we all have to deal with, at least in the United States. So what I'm saying is nothing wrong with competition, because otherwise, you're going to be dealing in a situation where you get run over. But when it comes to a relationship, right, try to, and I said this earlier, like being playful. Be playful. If you're doing competition where you're like, I got you on this or I got you on that, you can run with it as a couple, And it's so funny because in our relationship, competition runs rampant. I don't let my daughter, who's 14, win Connect 4 or Clue or Jeopardy. We're playing online, all that stuff. Or foosball. We went on a trip and there was a foosball table and stuff. And the reason why I don't is because, she wouldn't like me if I let her win. She wouldn't like me, or he, my son, wouldn't like me if I let him win. But that's different from a competition in which you undermine your team. Never go to that level.
Because if you go to that level, whether it's sports or just a family or a relationship, where you take a competition to the point where you just have to be right, you just have to be right. That's BS. I won't say the word.
Well, let me just say
That's
this,
BS.
Sean. Let me say this.
Yeah.
I think I did that to my oldest son.
Okay.
He is the most competitive dude I know. And I can remember early on me telling him, "No, don't ever let anyone embarrass you out here. Your whole family is watching." And what's crazy is he internalized that. You can't play Monopoly with him. You can't play any other game with him. It's not a game anymore. Everything is competitive with him. And I would tell him during the AAU run, I would be like, "Look, this kid is ranked this. This kid is ranked that. They don't see you coming. Lock them up, and all of the scouts will come for you." And this is what happened. But I told him, you can't get embarrassed. You can't have a bad play.
Right.
You can't look bad out here because I'm in the stands. You don't want me to feel this way about you. And boy, now he's terrible. Now I ruined him. He's terrible. I broke him. Sean, I need a new son. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think you broke anyone. I think the whole point is what you did there. You didn't undermine it, but what you did do is kind of give them kind of a heads up to real life, right? Because the fact of the matter is, everything's competitive.
Wait, Sean, we got to move forward real quick, but stay there because I want your final thought. When we come forward, the voice of reason shall continue airing his dirty laundry.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Julius White. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Concerns about Black Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas's failure to disclose gifts and luxury.
What's smacking? What's smacking? Tisk, tisk, tisk. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Oh, Nazarene X, you got to call in. What does a healthy Mamba mentality look like in your marriage? I love that. I like that. That was dope. This Tylenol has me floating. I love y'all. Uh-oh. Somebody on drugs. Can we call where my callers? I got Tiffany. What up, Tiffany? Soon as Sean is rapping, I'm gonna come right to you. Where my callers? I need callers. Y'all want to talk about it or no? Call me. Call me. Oh, y'all not even paying attention. Okay. I got it. And Zinga said I'm taking notes, as you should. It's one of those kind of shows. Yeah. Yes. are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetish, financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me. Back in the 90s.
How about the heavy stuff? The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I was like the kids. Is this okay? Roll there.
He told me he'd had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed. Hit you with a bad sex routine. How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches the nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses. Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
So Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Hello, I'm Dr. British Taylor, the relationship help doctor. And one of the things that I see in the many couples that I work with is there always seems to be an element of competition in relationships that aren't working well. That means that everybody is sort of out for themselves, wanting to get a little bit ahead, get a leg up, get an arm over, just wanting to always keep the scorecard intact and have it be even. And if there is a scorecard in your relationship, you are never going to be happy. It's something that always tears at you. It's always tension. It's always anxiety. There's always a sense of, how do I make it through this struggle? And I really want to invite you to give up the sense of competition. There is no competition in a relationship that works. You're not working against each other this way like two dogs with a bone. You should be sitting together with your partner and solving problems, being together where you're safe and comfortable and know that you're supported, not that you're about to be undermined. And if this is beginning to have some meaning to you, then I invite you to look at what's causing it. For many of us, when we were children, maybe we had many siblings, and the siblings were all vying for the attention of the parents. So who could do what better? Who could do it sooner? Who could garner the favor of mom or dad? And so we get into a pattern that allows us to build an idea that relationships contain competition, and that at some level that's the way you do it. But that's not very comfortable, is it? It's certainly not comforting. You always have to be on edge. You always have to have one eye open. And that's not what you get into a relationship for. At least I hope that's not what you got into a relationship for. Because what you really want is to have that one safe place, that one safe person who always has your back, who's never looking to shoot you down, who's never playing the gotcha game with you. Doesn't that sound better? Doesn't it sound like something you really want? I hope so. Many times people use sarcasm and they take pot shots and they blindside their partner.
Listen, some people sitting back going, that ain't us. We not like that. No. I'm here to argue that it's probably more people like that than not. Most of us are not good listeners. Most of us are not good communicators in general. And I feel like if you do, how do we discover our communication styles? Right? When you're digging your heels in, you do know you're competing, right? Say your communication style is avoidant, right? You don't want to talk. And the more somebody tries to get you to talk, you dig your heels in. You're in competition mode. You're at war right there. Or say your communication style is competitive or combative, right? If you're in combat, listen to what's happening here. You're fighting. You're competing. Competitive, combative. You're fighting. You're competing, and you don't want them to one up you, and you're not gonna let nothing slide. You gonna say what you say, and that's what it is. Listen, we compete in little micro areas of our life, of our communication. We compete in our relationships all the time. My question is, how do you correct it after the resentment builds in, after the trust has been lost, after now it's okay, it's on site. Every time we talk, I'm gonna make sure I say what I need to say and I start shutting you down. Cause let me tell you something about the culture we live in. I'm coming to you, Sean. Let me tell you something about the culture we live in. You might not like this, but this is the truth. Most people don't respect kindness. I'm sorry. Most people see kindness as a coupon to take advantage of you. Okay, I know. I know. 1-800-920-1580. Sean, get in here, man.
Hey, brother. Well, you hit it on the nose. I mean, kindness is looked at as weakness, sadly, and empathy and all that. But what I want to say about competition when it comes to relationships is that you know you got to keep that open line of communication. You got to tell your kids and everything how I'm doing this now. I didn't know this when I was in my 20s, but I'm just saying that there's nothing wrong with competition as long as you modulate. Okay, if you've got to modulate your competitiveness, because if you're just doing everything every day all the time, you gotta win. You're gonna destroy the family. You're gonna destroy everybody. I mean, you don't need to win all the time, people. I know that's hard for a lot of people to, take in. No, you don't need to win all the time. Yes, you do need to win in certain situations, or at least you're trying to work towards that, as competition is. But, there are things in family where you all come together and you realize, we don't need a winner or a loser. We need to come together and make it productive. That's my key word for the day, people. Productiveness. Productive. If you make your competition productive, you've done it right. If you've gone over the bounds and you've hurt people because you're just got to win all the time, then you're gonna live with a lot of stress. But look, I've made all the mistakes. I love to be competitive, but I really now in my life for many years just want to make my competitiveness productive.
Let me ask you this question. Being
Yes,
a competitor, a former competitor,
yes.
how did you turn your family and your relationship with your woman? How did you cultivate the teamwork aspect? How did you put we're a team. It's us against the world. How did you cultivate that mentality in your relationship and then in the larger family?
I have to say, to be completely honest, I'm so fortunate to have the better half that I have because I push all the limits of my intuitive competitiveness to try to win, try to be, Mr. Baseball, all that kind of stuff. But I was so fortunate and still am so fortunate to have my better half that was able to take that onslaught of competitive, just, you know, whatever it was, information, competitive information I was putting at her, and she was like, I can deal with this, and I appreciate your competitiveness, but let's do this together and reel this into something productive. I was lucky, brother. My better half, made me a better person.
Mm. I love it, man. I love it. I appreciate you for giving us this insight. My brother Sean, Oakland, California, is in the building because of you. If you want to bring your city in the building, you know the routine. Call me at 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, I'm going to roll down south and get some Southern sophisticant wisdom from my sister Tiffany in Atlanta, Georgia. She's got a lot to talk about, trust me.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580 congratulates U.S. Olympic gold medalist and Hall of Famer Jeanette Bolden Pickens, owner of the 27th Street Bakery. 27th Street Bakery sends a huge thank you to the community for all its support during the pandemic, serving the Los Angeles community with their signature sweet potato pie since 1956. And third-generation baker, the goal has never changed. Keep the business thriving for generations to come. Made with the freshest ingredients in each yam peeled by hand. 27th Street Bakery puts the home back in homemade with the signature vanilla added to all its amazing products. Pies, cakes, cobblers, tea cakes, and the newest item, creamy sweet potato cheesecake. Call 323-233-3469. That's 323-233-3469. Have your order shipped by visiting 27thstreetbakery.com or stop by 2700 South Central Avenue, Los Angeles, California, 90001, Tuesdays through Saturdays, 8 to 4.
This world has its limits, but in the all-new, all-electric Nissan Ariya, you've got a world of possibilities. You can leave it all behind.
What up, y'all? I need 2 callers. Give me 2 callers. Heru, call in, Heru. Truemonger, call in. Nazarene, call in. Let's go. I want to hear your perspective. Y'all know the phone line. Get in here. The highest creativity in hip hop. That's 88 right there, 1988. Eric B and Rakim, no competition. No curse words. You could just drop the needle on a record. Woo, competition is none. The name of that record is No Competition. Eric B and Rakim, you should check it out. Tonight's topic is your spouse or significant other your biggest cheerleader or your biggest hater? Are they in competition with you? Are they envious of you? And we've been going through this whole conversation tonight, and it's been powerful. We've gotten callers from all over the country, all the way from Atlanta, all the way back here to Los Angeles yet. That's interesting. 1-800-920-1580. Let me just say this really quickly. My new television show is about to debut. I want all of you to download the Our TV app on iOS. If you have, Apple, download the Our TV app. Our TV is not HOUR, it's OUR. OUR. Our TV. I want you to download it. I think we're getting ready to release the first episode in about a couple of days or so. So I want everybody to get a chance to get over there to check out my new television show, The Situation Shift, hosted by Zoe Williams. It's an amazing show. We did 10 episodes. We got a whole season in the can. And they're going to start trying to, of course, syndicate it out all across the country. Our TV is the app. Download it right now and check for The Situation Shift. It's a great TV show. It's really, really good. It's funny. It's insightful. There's clinical aspects to it. There's comedic aspects. Oh man, I got a whole bunch of moving parts, but it's an amazing endeavor that I participated in at the end of the year, and we did 10 episodes really quickly. It's amazing stuff. The Situation Shift, starring your brother, Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. It's on fire. Okay, callers. Let's get some callers in here. But before I do, here's what teamwork should look like in your relationships. Let's just do this real quick. As a team, we share our wins and losses. When my partner loses, I lose. When my partner is in pain, I'm in pain, right? When my partner is winning, I'm winning. When I'm winning, she's winning. When I'm in pain, she's in pain. When I'm happy about something that means something to me, she's happy about it too. She might not be invested. She might not have participated in the creation of it, but to see me happy, I guess, should make her happy. Does that make sense? I mean, because oftentimes, the simpler it is, the more unrealistic it sounds, I guess, for a lot of people. But some people are agreeing with this. A team, when you're on a team, that means there are multiple. There's no one person. It's multiple pieces to it. So, in that construct, you got to know what you're responsible for. You got to know what is yours to control on a team, and you have to be responsible for what is yours to control. If you're responsible for the trash, if you're responsible for getting the cars washed, if you're responsible for picking up the kids on a certain day, you got to know what you're responsible for, and you have to be responsible and accountable for that. You have to be accountable for either you did it or you didn't do it. And if you didn't do it, you have to be accountable for communicating that you didn't do it. Right? That's what a teammate looks like. So communication is part of the teamwork. I see my son on the court. If you guys are watching me on YouTube, I see my son on the court all the time, and he's moving his hand as if his hand was in a puppet, right? And the mouth is opening and closing really fast. But what he's saying is, we've got to talk. He's talking to his teammates. He speaks English. The only one that speaks English. Everybody else, he's in Venezuela. So everybody else is speaking a different language. So he's constantly, using sign language to say, we got to talk. We got to talk. right? We got to communicate. We got to communicate on defense. We have to communicate on offense, right? We have to support and respect one another. We have to never undermine each other with petty jealousy and prejudice and gossip. We can't do that to each other and still be considered a team. And one thing we definitely can't do is marginalize each other's gifts, right? You see it happen a lot in relationship. Like if you dating somebody that's uber smart, and you might hear a partner say, "You think you're a know-it-all? You think you know everything?" Well, maybe they don't, but they know a lot of things. So to marginalize one of their strengths, maybe their intelligence is their strength. I think sometimes, that's kind of crossing the line. And this is how we become competitive and combative and envious even. This is gonna get deep, man. It's gonna get deep. We got so many callers. I want to get you all on. Who's been on the longest? Tiffany from Atlanta, Georgia. Tiffany, get in here. Yeah, thank you.
And I don't mean to trigger anybody in the comments if it does, but I am a survivor of domestic violence, right? And this happened between the ages of 16 and 18. And I remember at the age of 17, I was getting ready to come out of high school. And I currently live with that particular person. And I had to sneak and use the computer because he didn't like for me to use the computer. Like, he didn't want me pretty much communicating with, other people and stuff, like using MySpace and things of that nature. But this particular time, I snuck on the computer because I really wanted to go ahead and apply for this college in Orlando, Florida called Universal Technical Institute. And it's the auto mechanic school, but it's also like for HVAC and diesel mechanic and things of that nature. But I wanted to be a diesel mechanic. And I was trying to apply, and he ended up coming home early and pretty much caught me, right? And so I am a terrible liar, absolutely horrid. And I was just trying to make up some excuse. And man, he beat me so bad for being on the computer. But I remember just screaming I want to get out of here. I want to make something of myself, and this is what I want to do. And it was just that real hateful manner of him to just be you ain't gonna be able to do that. You're not gonna be able to do that. Don't nobody want you working on their cars and things of that nature. And for me, I was thinking to myself, yeah, it's all about control. I get it, but you can't tell me that somebody who beats on a woman isn't in competition with her and her potential, or because ultimately they see how amazing you are. And because they see how amazing you are, they want to snuff that fire out before it gets too big and too bright and other people start to notice. Otherwise, they're going to lose you. And I truly believe that that's what I was in, I was facing at that moment, to where maybe he just felt like if she leaves, it's a wrap. He's gonna do it. Ultimately, I never went to the school because I never applied, and I never thought to apply again because there was that trauma behind. If I try to apply again, the same thing is going to happen, and I never went. And so my dream of becoming a diesel mechanic / auto mechanic was ultimately put out.
Wow. That's so heavy. And listen, man. Oh my God.
I was gonna kind of be like the sun. I'm sorry.
You done took us. Oh Lord. Yeah. A lot of men be in competition with their women's greatness. Some men are just insecure and broken themselves. They come from broken situations. But you just gave me some insight into another motive for that barbarism. And that is wow, I'm looking at how dope you are, how fresh you are, how fly you are, and I don't want you to reach your full potential of flyness. So I'm gonna control you through the fear of violence. That's no, not the fear of violence, actual violence. How about that's
Yeah, yeah, actual violence. But really quickly as well, though, and Callie is saying something very powerful in the chat and saying how children didn't leave for college because of the parents projecting fear, and that actually happened to me too. It wasn't a college thing; it was a military thing, actually, for me, where I wanted to join the military at the age of 19, and as soon as I was getting ready to take that test, and I told my mom, because I wasn't going to tell her until I took it and passed. As soon as I told her, because I was so super excited, there comes the tears and the, oh, don't do this, they're sending people over there, you may never come back. And it was just that thing of, like, ultimately being a mommy's girl and just wanting to always please her. I just never went. And even when we spoke about it early, like, well, not early, but later on in life, she was like, yeah, I did that because I just, I wouldn't want you dedicating your life to, the military and things. And I'm just like, man, I really feel like, in a lot of things I could
Tiffany,
have
wait,
excelled. But yeah.
Tiffany, hold on, because this story is so good. I mean, this is amazing. I need you to just sit tight. Heru, Nazarene X, I'm coming to y'all too. When we come forward, we're going to get Tiffany's final thought on this. She has taken us to an entirely different level. We on fire tonight. Woo! Tiffany.
It's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Exclusively on KBLA Top 15.
What you know about that Rakim?
I'm Julius White. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Concerns about Black Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas's failure to disclose gifts and mercury bottles he received from a Republican donor are being sent to a judicial committee. Senators Sheldon Whitehouse and Congressman Sid Thompson also accused Thomas of not reporting the sale of three joint properties related to him, which were in Arizona and Colorado. In California, the city of San Diego is considering no false eviction permits for renters. Agreed by the San Diego City Council on Tuesday. Tenants who are paying rent on time and compliant with their lease will only be evicted by receiving 2 months' rent from the landlord. 3 months for seniors and people with a disabled family member. Tiger Woods is still dealing with the effects of his 2021 car accident. Legendary golfer underwent surgery to treat his post-traumatic arthritis after fracturing his ankle. I'm Lucas Wire, your home for 24/7 news, the Black Information Network, BINews.com.
All you got to do. Suge Mac, thank you, brother. You took us to 106.92. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Jay Kofa for the third time, man. Damn it. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. That took us to 126.91. If anybody's keeping score. Been lurking. Don't have no spouse. So I got nothing to add. Ain't hey, don't worry about it. You don't have to have a spouse. You can have a significant other. Be in a long-term relationship. It's gonna be less than 30 minutes too. I'm gonna get everybody on too. Everybody gonna talk. Thank you. Yes, you're good, Mimi. You're good.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly?
1 minute. 1 minute. This is about to go fast. Get ready, get ready, get ready. 30 seconds. Andy, can you imagine having a relationship so deeply rooted in teamwork that when you get home, this is what's playing in your head? You like, hey, you smell that home cooked meal? You smell the love in the house? Hey, You get that hug at the front door. Hey, baby. Ha. Maybe y'all get home at the same time after working and y'all stop and say, hey, baby, you look good today. Yeah. Let's go out to eat. Teamwork. The voice of reason back in the building. Sometimes, man, that relationship, if it's healthy, that relationship can wipe away a lot of the stuff you go through in the outside world. If you got two healthy folk that are loving on each other in that situation, man, it could be the difference from just being happy and, oh man, I got this, and going insane. Going insane. Tips for building strong relationships. Man, just do you know you guys get to practice active listening with one another? You know what? I'm a listener. I'm not going to judge you. I'm going to pay attention to everything you got to say. It's your time to shine. No judgment. I'm just listening. Right? There's so many things that can come out of team building in your relationship. It's your time to tell me about everything you're working on, and I'm just going to listen. I'm not going to offer, this is how I can help. I'm going to sit back and listen and take it all in without judgment. And if you ask me for help, I'm going to give you all I got. I'm going to get on board. And because it's your thing, I'm going to let you lead. You take the lead. It's your thing. What do you need help on? Just tell me what I can do to help you get it done. It's unfortunate. A lot of men see that as buttercream soft. You simping, boy. Oh, God. Competition, jealousy, envy. We've been talking about it tonight. And the cold part is we've been talking about it within our relationships. Tiffany, get back in here and give us your final thought on this.
All right, so final thought is that something that I used to do back when I was like in a really, really difficult phase in my life, but when I was like serial dating, what I used to do is that I used to always take men to a bowling alley, or I used to take them somewhere where it was a very competitive sport, or I would just ask like, yo, can we do this? And how they act if they are losing in something that I'm really good at is going to determine how huge their egos are on them. So ultimately, you will be able to see if they're going to really be a hater down the line. But that's just something I used to do. Thank you for listening, y'all.
We love you, Tiffany, Atlanta, Georgia. She chimed in on our topic tonight. Are you a helper or a hater in your intimate relationships? We cooking. If you want to bring your city in the building, you know the routine. You know the drill. All you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. I said AZ, 1-800-920-1580. Call me. Let me get my brothers in. You guys have the identical time of wait. So I'm just going to go with the top caller, Nazarene X, Atlanta, Georgia. Get in here. And then my brother Haru. Let's go.
Shut up. I'm trying to be in the helicopter with my brother Haru. Peace to the God. Peace to the smiley. Peace to the family. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But yeah. I know I made a little kind of early to think about the Mamba mentality. I think that's where it can kind of get hectic, but in terms of like competition within your relationship, so to speak, as long as I feel like your goals and objectives are so, in that are aligned, like you're aligned with a partner that shares your passion for life or for pursuing their own goals and things like that. It's not necessarily you're competing against one another. It's almost like y'all are locking arms and drilling against the enemy together. So I think being able to train with one another, that's kind of like, in whatever kind of capacity, I just get back to the Mamba mentality thing. That's the Kobe thing where you just show up. The first one to show up, last one to leave. Just how you were just speaking about being willing. Almost being like you're willing to do whatever it takes, but you're not trying to see the outcome of your partner's efforts. work to their detriment. So that's where like things get twisted, because sometimes on the other side, when people don't have that, I guess that relationship with someone that's really in their corner, they end up being with somebody that's really just trying to take advantage of them, or they're looking at them like they're the enemy, well really the enemy is within themselves, something to that effect. Man, I don't want to take up too much time. Any quick questions that you can help maybe pull out some more?
Brother, I love what you're saying. When you call in, I just be dialed in, bro. Cause to be what are you in your 30s?
Yes, sir.
See, I love young wisdom. Brother, call in. Hey, do you know how rare it is for somebody to be your age and this wise?
Because I'm tapping into the words of reason. I appreciate that.
No, I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth, brother. And your woman be calling in, and you be in the kitchen cooking ramen noodles, putting a little chicken in it, whatever. I love that, man. We got a whole couple that call in at different times of the show. It's amazing. Thank you, brother, man. We appreciate the call. Nazarene X, Atlanta, Georgia, in the building. Now you know. Now you know. You already know who's about to get online with us. So just strap in. Do I have time? Okay. Y'all know who about to come on. And Lord have mercy. He always takes us on a ride when we come forward. The one, the only, Battle Creek, Michigan. You already know who it is. Haru Ali has definitely got a lot to talk about on this one.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Twitter Inc. no longer exists. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News, brought to you by Lendistry. Twitter Inc. no longer exists. Its incorporated name is now X Corp. This is the name of its owner and CEO.
Y'all like that? Y'all like that Haru Ali setup? Stand back and stand by.
fentanyl.com. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council.
Man, the Lakers lost today. I'm so happy. Who gonna check me? That said it was like a tornado alarm.
Blood clots, serious heart-related events, tears in the stomach or intestines, and allergic reactions have happened. People 50 and older with heart disease risk factors have an increased risk of death. Tell your doctor you've had hepatitis B or C, have flu-like symptoms, are prone to infections, or have ever had a heart attack, stroke, clot, or other heart problems, or swelling of lips, tongue, throat, or hives. Ask your doctor about prescription Xeljanz. Visit Xeljanz.com or call 1-844-XELJANZ.
Who team you playing for? I'm not playing for no team. Woo! When's the last time you heard that? Round and Round by Guy. My playlist is my co-host. Many of us are in relationships where we going round after round after round. We're in a competitive relationship. You can't never let somebody get the last word. Always got to be right. Always one-upsmanship. And ain't nobody happy when the other one wins. Gosh, that ain't no relationship. That's battlefield. That's what we're talking about tonight. And the callers have been calling in from all over the country, men and women. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Let's get my brother from Battle Creek, Michigan, Haru Ali, in the building. What up? Here we go. Here we go.
Staff and the gods have it smiling. Listen, if you're in a relationship where you cannot be the biggest cheerleader of your spouse, your situationship, what are you doing? Let's talk about value for value on this, the voice of reason.
Are we talking about intimate relationships, Haru?
We're talking about all relationships.
Here come Haru.
In this chat, I'm trying not to cuss.
No, but
what we not gonna do, what y'all not gonna continue to do, is not support this channel financially.
Wait a minute, Haru.
Everybody got $1.99. Respectfully, hold up, wait a minute. Y'all listen to so many other people that have no substance, nothing that's gonna change your life. Are y'all gonna continue to ignore the support challenge? When we in this communal group therapy, do you know how valuable So Wills in the voice of reasons, and y'all can say I'm fanboying, I'm DRing.
Wait, hold on. Respectfully. Wait, respectfully, Haru. We talking about intimate relationships here, sir.
Absolutely. What's more intimate than the chat? And especially, and I'm gonna say this, respectfully, and I mean it with all respect and honors, there should be a requirement for all mods in the chat that at a minimum you gotta donate $1.99 every show. Because listen, we are in leadership positions. Shots fired. Hi folks, we can time them out. Guess what? You gotta earn that. You're in a leadership position. How are you not supporting? How are we not reaching our goals every night? It ain't hard. It's not hard. And listen, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I can't stand it no longer.
It's that Scorpio stuff, man. Listen. What I want you to do is put your stinger away.
Pause. Gotcha.
All I want from Haru Ali right now, right this second, is a question to be answered on the topic. On the topic, Haru. That's all I want. All I want to know. Have you dealt with a competitive, significant other? And how did they try to compete? How did they? Yes, tell me.
Here's the example. After 17 to 21 years, 17 years of being married, high school sweetheart, when I asked them what was the problem, you know what they told me? They said that I was tired of being so-and-so's, I'm not going to say my government name, so-and-so's wife. After I had been a devout Christian, and when I found out about that, and I left that, and I became a community activist, it was like I was tired of being so-and-so's husband. I was like, what the hell does that mean? I'm upgrading. I was like, is she trying to gaslight me? Well, guess what? I would have rather took the gaslighting than well, I won't say that because it's terrestrial radio.
Yes. Oh, Lord.
Yeah. So peace and love to the family nation. Listen, you either gonna be down or not. Value for value. So mods, make sure that y'all donate a minimum of $1.99. We say $5,
Oh, God.
all of that stuff. I'm not playing this no more. Respectfully, I love y'all, but yeah, don't honor me and all that stuff. No, let's get it.
Okay.
Peace and love to the family. Stay safe and stay dangerous. I'm out, man. It's 2023.
I got you. Heru Ali just came in here on 27. So for everybody who is outside of the chat room and YouTube, I got some pretty dope supporters. And they encourage each other to support my live stream when I'm live. Because I know there are listeners going, what is he talking about? And so he's trying to get them to be more vigorous in their participation and support. See, in radio, especially when you start to cross mix, YouTube and terrestrial, many people who have no idea about the YouTube piece, you'll hear us mention a chat room here or there, but you don't understand the apparatus behind it. I felt like I needed to explain what Heru was talking about. Y'all better come in here. You understands me? If you are a moderator, you earn that wrench. People in their car going, what in the... Respectfully, your wrench can be taken from you. I just wanted to give y'all some clarity as to what he was trying to explain. He was admonishing his fellow chat room folks, and I appreciate him for doing it because he did it on his own. I had no idea. I thought he was going to call in here and talk about the secret government takeover and how you cannot be in competition with the man that's about to kill this pig. Yeah, I thought he was going to come in and hit us with that piece. He came all the way around the corner and hit us with something else. But let me give you some tips here real quick, because we're coming to the final piece here. These are some things you got to watch out for. If you're not happy when your partner succeeds at something, you're in competition, right? If you find yourself getting angry whenever you see your partner doing something well, I don't want to put nobody's business out. I'm going to say said basketball player was with a said lady, and the lady was mad because the dude was playing well and excelling, and he was in his purpose and going to where he needed to go. And because that person didn't have any purpose locked in, every time he got an accolade, every time the potentiality of him to go even higher and have different opportunities, it was almost like hate, like you should be doing something else. I was like, what? If you feel the need to one-up your partner in multiple areas of life, trust me, you're in competition. You secretly celebrate when your partner fails at something. You are competing with your partner. You feel like when your partner does something well, your own talents are diminished. It seems as if you and your partner are not on the same page, and you tend to do most of the things in the relationship separately. This could be a competitive fact, man. Let me tell you something, man. We live in a world right now where relationships could be exceedingly difficult if you are not on the lookout for how you show up. Many people carry this kind of stuff right into the relationship, and it's unbeknownst to them. So that just makes a good... Your partner makes a perfect person to blame as opposed to yourself. You gotta watch how you show up in relationship. Listen, I started the conversation. You've got to finish it. Up next, my brother, Danny Morrison. He's going to keep the fire lit. Listen, we was on fire all night tonight. I want y'all to enjoy. I'll be back tomorrow with another slapper. Great show, y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm Ghost.